Alrighty, so what is going on, everybody? It is your boy the Dead Player here. As you can see and read the title, this is going to be the best budget deck for true Dracos. Now, everyone's worried about the ban list coming out soon, and I'm pretty sure true Dracos is going to get hit, of course, but I'm hoping the aspect of this deck that I have built can survive this ban list. If not, then we could turn it into something else. Rumors have it his Masterpiece will be limited down to 1. Maybe he'll survive and stay at 2, or at most 2. And Diagram is definitely getting limited to 1, so y'all get to see this deck. And if y'all have any issues with this card, like any cards in here, I could give y'all some budget cards to search for instead of the cards that I got in here. So this is just real budget for me. I think I spent around 70 something, 80 something on this deck overall. So, you know, it's just fun. Put the ending pricing overall probably at the end of this. Don't forget to subscribe. Once we hit 50 subscribers, I will be doing a deck giveaway. I'll be giving away a budget deck. So I just hope y'all stick around for that. So let's go ahead and get started. This deck we're running 2 Masterpiece. This is going to be your best card to get. His effect is outrageous. I love this card. It's hard to take him down, and when you do, you can just get the second one out. I feel like he needs to be at 2, or that once he dies, you just got nothing to rely on. Let's see here. Alrighty. Next card that we are running here is 1, 2, 3 Dynamite. Dynamite is amazing. Whenever a card effect is activated, you can just simply use his effect to get a face up like True King Return or Apocalypse. And then if you got a Masterpiece in your hand, you go ahead and tribute summon, destroy their monster. Oh, it's really deadly. Next thing I'm doing is I'm running 2 Ignis Heats. He's alright. I don't tend to go for him that much, even though I probably should half the time, but he's good at 2, honestly. Next one you're going to have is one of your monster searchers. You're going to have Maiden. If you don't got a Diagram or Waterfalls of the Dragon Soul, you have her in the hand. You can get her out whenever a card effect on your opponent's side is activated. You can search out on Worm type, or True Draco monster, my apologies. True Draco monster. She's beautiful to have. I like her. And we are running 1 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, 1 Blue Boy, and for the rest, this is going to be an alternative to Demise. Now, Demise True Draco is, of course, the best deck you can get, but it's pretty pricey. Demise is like 20 bucks each. Not that much people afford it, but if you go with the Spellbook, like 1 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, 1 Spellbook of Secrets, and 1 Spellbook of Knowledge, you'll be set for draw power and searching out cards. I like it. Next thing I'm running is 1 Maxi, of course. It's powerful. You don't want to get rid of it, but it might get hit by the ban list. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Alright, so let's see here. We'll search out the True Draco cards first. Alrighty. So, we're running 1, 2, 3 True Draco Heritage. Heritage is a good card. You basically you can draw 3 cards because it's just beautiful. And you can also tribute it off and destroy one of your opponent's background. I love it. Everyone loves it. That's why it's at 3. Let's see here. Next card we are running in this one with the True Dracos is going to be 3 Disciples. 3 Disciples of True Draco Phoenix. This is a really good card as well. If you got it, just basically recycles your resources. Say you got a Masterpiece in the graveyard and 2 other True Draco cards, you recycle your Masterpiece in the graveyard. It's beautiful, and you get to draw 1 off of that. It's a plus. Let's see here. And then I am running 1 Diagram. Diagram is 30 bucks. I like it at 1 because since it will get limited down to 1, this will hopefully survive the ban list. But if you want another alternative to Diagram, let me search it out. You're going to run 3 of these cards. I'm only running 2, but we'll get that in traps. But I'm only running 1 Diagram, which is, I like having Diagram personally. And we'll have our searchers Terraforming at 2, because they could clog your hand. You're only searching for 1 field spell, really. For our draw power, we're going 3 Pod Dualities. You don't even special summon unless you have the True King's return face up on the field. That's the only time you really special summon. We're running Spellbook of Secret and then Spellbook of Knowledge, just for your draw. Some people like to run 2, 2, and 2, but at this deck, with everything else, I like to run at 1, 1, and 1, because they ain't like dead draws, dead draws, dead draws. And for our clears, clears, We're gonna run one Monarch Stormforce, and it's really good of a card. I love this card. Basically, when I have this set, and I have this card set, and I got a Masterpiece in the hand. Bam, they summon a monster, activate, then bam, use this card's effect to basically destroy their monster. It's really good of a card. Next clears we have here is 2 Dark Holes and 1 Regeki. If you don't want to run Regeki, it's okay. We got 2 Dark Holes in here. So you could probably take Regeki out and add more something like an Upstart Goblin. Regeki ain't that bad though. You could probably find one for 12 bucks on eBay. But yeah, that's it for the spell cards. We're heading on to the trap cards, which yeah, there's a good bit of trap cards in this deck. So we'll start off with our True Dracos. Where did my other one go? Lost my True Draco. I lost my fucking king. Okay, there it is. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 True Draco Apocalypse. It's a really good card. Basically, if they got a Massacre Restrict on the field, I cost myself a game because I didn't know this. And I had a Heritage out. You could use this to destroy your Heritage, which would destroy the background, and then half all your opponent's monsters' attacks for the rest of the turn. Really good of a card. I'm only running this card at 2 because I'm running so much more track cards. I mean, this card is good, but I think it's only necessary at 2. You could bump it up to 3 if you really want to. Basically, especially some 1 True Draco or 1 True Draco or 1 True King monster in your graveyard, and you have special summon in defense position, and you can tribute for your Masterpiece with it as well. Because with your Masterpiece, you always want to try to tribute a monster and track card. It's really good. See, next cards we are running here are 2 Searchers. Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. Like I said, this is a really good alternative for if you don't want to get a diagram. You run this at 3. Based on your opponent's turn, you just flip it. You get to add 1 worm type monster from the deck to the hand. Or you can send any number of worm type monsters from your hand and face up on the field to the graveyard to draw the cards equal to it. Maybe I just use this to search out my Masterpiece if I don't have a diagram or my diagram out. Next cards are going to be the Monarchs Erupt. I like this card as an add-on because we have tribute summon. All of our monsters in here are tribute summons first off. So, which means your opponent's monsters' effects are going to be negated. And it's just, whew. Even when your tribute summon monsters go bye-bye, it's just like, you know, when tribute summon monsters go bye-bye, this card stays on the field, and its effect is still in effect until your turn. And then at the end, if you don't have one, then it's destroyed, but you always want to prevent that from happening. Next card I have 1 Skill Drain. Skill Drain just does the same thing basically, except you pay 1,000 and it stays on the field. Next card, I like this card being in the main deck, honestly. So, 1 Imperial Order. Now, Imperial Order ain't that price. I think it's like $6. So, it ain't that bad. And I just main deck it because a lot of people with True King, or True Draco Masterpiece, basically, you're still vulnerable if you tribute a trap and a monster. You're still vulnerable to like Dark Holes and Regekis. And if you go against a Dino, this card's just good to play because they use Lost World, and when they got that, it's just hard to clear it. But it's good to have this. This stops like a lot of plays from happening. Zodiac Barrage can't be played. Really good card to have. Also gives you, like, it's continuous, so it gives you more of a tribute power. Next one's going to be a Solemn Warning. Solemn Warning's just, you know, good to have. Problem monster comes down the field and you can't get rid of it. There you go, just Solemn Warning it. And so the cards I really think will get hit by this ban list is going to be that, this, and that's really it. Diagram will be limited down to 1, but we're hoping, or I'm at least hoping, that they get semi-limited to 2 or not even get hit by the ban list at all. Maxi might get banned. Diagram is limited to 1, so you get that diagram still if you want to get it or buy it. And Masterpiece, if it goes down to 1, then we might think of something else here. We might build some, that voice crack, that Domain Monarchs. So my side deck is going to be a basic side deck. So let me go ahead and get the monsters all lined up here. Okay, so no, nah. Okay, so I'm running my monsters. I'm running 2 Ghost Ogres. I'm running 2 Camion the Time Lord, because see, Time Lord is just good to have to get rid of problem monsters, and it doesn't target. It's a free shuffle to the deck, so like I like to base it off like monsters that can be targeted by card effects like Max Chaos. You could just get rid of them with this card, and you take no battle damage. A monster effect destroys that. Let's see here. Spell card wise, some of these I don't got in sleeves, so you don't mind it. Domain, because extra deck's still a thing here, which you can main deck that honestly if you want. 2 My Bodies as the shields, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 Pot of Desires, because I don't know, I just don't main deck Pot of Desires in this deck because it's risky in a way, but I played it, tested with Pot of Desires, and it came off really in handy, like comes in handy, but I would just keep it in side deck for like the ban list use, so if weird white cards get hit, you could just toss it in. For his Light Storms, I'm running 2 Dimensional Barriers and 2 Lost Winds, so, and this comes in handy for Zodiacs as well. I mean, yeah, Zodiacs, because you can just Lost Wind their stuff. So would the Dimensional Barrier. I'm just running that 1. I would probably run it inside deck more than 1, but it's good, like just a good way to keep your monsters alive. Lost Wind is good for Light Storms, Zodiacs, basically almost any deck, because it permanently negates the opponent's monster's effect, and their attack is halved. And Dimensional Ground is pretty obvious. They got Light Storms, they summon Raiden, you activate it. They got to mill cards into the Banished Zone instead of Graveyard. So it's pretty obvious, and it's just really good to have and in handy. Light Storms ain't that much of an issue. I lost to Light Storms this week, but this wasn't that exact deck I was running. And I kind of misplayed Lost Wind a little bit, so yeah, that cost me. Don't misplay, guys. I lost to Dinos and that because I misplayed, but like I said, this wasn't the exact deck I was running. Honestly, I forgot what type of deck I was running. It's pretty bad, ain't it? But I playtest this deck like a few times earlier, and I probably post some playtest of it on YouTube for you guys. I beat Invoke True Kings, which is probably also another best build you can get. I beat just Invokes in general. I beat a Dino deck, because this deck's just set up for combos. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. I am the Dead Player, and I am out. Peace.